Hello students, in this class I am going to solve quadratic equation by using method of completing the square. So let us see how we can solve this simple quadratic equation by using method of completing the square. So first of all, in order to solve this quadratic equation, we simply add 15 on both sides or transfer this negative 15 to the right side. So let us do that. We are simply adding 15 on both sides. So basically this 15 get cancelled and our equation becomes x square minus 2x equals to 15. Now we are going to perform very important step in method of completing the square. Basically we note down the coefficient of x. Here coefficient of x is negative 2. Half of coefficient of x is negative 1. So basically we add square of negative 1 on both sides. Let us see again what I have done. Just mark coefficient of x on both. Just mark coefficient of x. Here coefficient of x is negative 2. Then add square of half of the coefficient of x on both sides. Now our left hand side becomes x minus 1 whole square and right hand side becomes square of minus 1 is 1. So 1 plus 15. Otherwise, our right hand side becomes 16 and left hand side becomes x minus 1 whole square. Now taking square root on both sides, we get x minus 1 equal to plus minus square root of 16. Or we can say x minus 1 equals to plus minus 4. Or we can say x equals to 1 plus minus 4, otherwise 1 plus 4, or x equal to 1 minus 4. So finally, we get x equals to 5 and x equals to negative 3. So x equal to 5 and x equal to negative 3 are the zeros of this simple quadratic equation. Let us do one more question in order to understand it better. So here we have a quadratic equation 8x square plus 2x minus 15 equal to 0. Let us do the same thing again. So to start with, let us add 15 on both sides because we want to make sure that constant term do not present to the left side. So let us add 15 on both sides. So this 15 get cancelled. Now we will make sure that coefficient of x square is 1. So for that, let us divide everything by 8. So let us divide everything by 8. So 8x square over 8, 2x over 8 and 15 over 8. So this 8 get cancelled and left hand side becomes x square plus 2 over 8 can be written as 1 over 4x. Our right hand side is simply 15 by 8. Now again important step come. Coefficient of x is simply 1 over 4. So add square of half of the coefficient of x. So please remember coefficient of x is 1 by 4. So half of the coefficient of x is simply 1 over 8. So add square of 1 over 8 on both sides. Now our left hand side becomes x plus 1 over 8 whole square and right hand side can be written as 15 over 8 plus 1 over 64. So take LCM. LCM of 8 and 64 is simply 64. 8 is a 64. 8 into 15 gives 120. 64 divided by 64 is 1. 1 into 1 is again 1. And this can be written as 121 over 64. Otherwise, we can write 11 upon 8 whole square. And this side is simply x plus 1 over 8 whole square. Let us rewrite again x plus 1 over 8 whole square gives 11 over 8 whole square. So taking square root on both sides gives x plus 1 over 8 equals to plus minus 11 over 8. How we can solve this? From here we can write x equals to 1 over 8 plus 11 over 8. Or we can say x equals to negative 1 over 8, negative 1 over 8 minus 11 over 8. After solving this, we get 10 over 8, which is nothing but 5 over 4. And this term gives us minus 12 over 8 or minus 3 by 2. So our zeros are x equals to 5 by 4 or negative 3 by 2. Let us see one more example so that we are able to understand everything properly. Here we have to solve this simple quadratic equation. So in order to solve this quadratic equation, again subtract 3 on both sides. So this term becomes x square plus 2x equals to negative 3. Now coefficient of x is 2. So add square of half of the coefficient of x on both sides. So half of the coefficient of x is simply 1. So add 1 square on both sides. Our left hand side becomes x plus 1 whole square and our right hand side becomes negative 3 plus 1, or we can say negative 2. Now take square root on both sides. So square root of x plus 1 whole square is simply x plus 1, and square root of negative 2 is, let us write negative 2 only. So here we get x equals to negative 1 plus minus square root of negative 2 is simply square root of 2 times of iota. So here we get x equals to negative 1 plus under root 2 iota, and x equals to negative 1 minus under root 2 iota. Here we get a pair of complex root. And this is the beauty of method of completing the square, that whether we have real root or complex root, after applying this process, we are able to find root of any quadratic equation. Hopefully all of you find it helpful. And if it is, then please do subscribe and like this video. Thank you.